And hey guys, welcome back to the show. Sorry it's been so long. It's battling the elements, battling my mental elements. Life's a struggle, that's for sure. I'm kind of, I'm kind of perplexed. Like, I put up videos on how to fix homelessness, how to fix our government, global warming. They get 60, 70 views. I show you a $3 eighth and it goes to thousands overnight. Thank you. I mean, don't get me wrong. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to figure out how to embed some knowledge into that. But guys, today's show, I figured, why don't we just kick back like old school Jews on a Saturday? Let's get to know each other. Now, you kind of know what I'm all about, right? Give me just a moment here. We're a low budget production. Sorry, with the wind blowing, we couldn't do all that. Now, guys, my topics that I keep going over is kind of the concept that your American dream has been destroyed by people that get overcompensated for simple tasks. And it seems to be a trend in this country. When America first started, right, the whole excuse to fight back to England was taxation without representation. You keep taxing us all this money, but you're not telling us why or where or when or who, okay? So now fast forward a few hundred years, and they're taxing the crap out of us. They're saying where it's going, and then it never goes there. I found out the other day, I have a couple of connections on the inside that work for the city, and one of my buddies, it took him 2 years to follow the paper trail. And did you know that the Oregon OLC money does not go to rehabilitations? It does not go to drug or alcohol treatment for these poor people. It goes into a slush fund controlled by the police. The same police that claimed that they were underfunded. So you're getting all the OLC tax and you're underfunded? Where's the scam? This is ridiculous. All that money on the OLC, I've been out. Anybody who's ever been to Portland, it's all bars and strip clubs. I kid you not, man. Like, the downtown area is predominantly bars and reviews. We shouldn't call them strip clubs. Dance halls, I guess. We'll call them dance halls from now on. But yeah, bars and places where you can exchange dollars for people to dance close to you wearing a smile. That's the predominant business structure downtown. So all that OLC tax, there's tons of it. And it's all been going to the police department. Golly. Now, marijuana is now covered under OLC, and I wonder if it's the same thing. And of course, this goes out on me. That's ridiculous, guys. Everybody, like, nothing's getting done because everybody says there's no money, right? But there is money. There's tons of money. Money's been flying around since the beginning. But it's the people that are in control of the money that keep stealing it, keep sliding it to the wrong spot. They're infallible. You'll never try to prosecute. It does not make sense. Like, we keep claiming that we have no money, but taxes are through the roof. It's a scam. But today's big topic, after that little rant, I know how to fix our financial woes. Okay, there seems to be a church on every block. It doesn't matter where you go from. You could be in Albany, New York, or you could be in Sacramento, California. From east, churches everywhere. Well, churches were supposed to be houses of morality that actually stepped up to help combat them. In all the Christian teachings, it teaches you poor people are the blessed. You're supposed to give them whatever you can, give till it hurts, blah, 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 help them. People probably wouldn't be monsters nowadays if they didn't spend 20 years on the streets. A couple of decades will do that to somebody. The churches had buildings that were empty every single night. The churches had stockpiles of food. On the southeast of Portland near Hawthorne, there was a church one year bragging about how they spent $50,000 to remodel their kitchen when they had a homeless man sleeping in a tent in their yard. They had 50 grand to fix a kitchen that was working just fine. Yeah, that's really God. So guys, you know how we can fix all our woes? Any church in America that has settled the child molestation case, either in court or out of court, it does not matter. If you have paid for silence, or if you have paid to stop somebody's pursuit of a claim, then you have to pay 50% in taxes. because churches are institutions. They're not child molestation dens, but that's what we allow them to be. We allow people to go to church tax-free. They're allowed to own property tax-free, but then they can't follow their own guidelines. You can't follow your own, they call them mission statements. Any nonprofit has to have it's not like, hey, give me a tax break because I want it. No, you got to be doing something, man. You got to be doing something for the community. And look at these churches. What are you doing now? You have $1 million building, $23 million buildings. Your preachers are pulling up in Audis. You're openly flying. You know, if people are gay, that's wonderful. Let them be who they want to be. But if you're a Christian, it says right in your faith that that's not okay. So you don't take churches and throw rainbow flags on them just trying to steal money from people when you're not going to help anybody. With the amount of churches, divide it. If 1 or 2 people, I think it's 2.6 people spent the night at a church, there'd be no homeless people across the country, across the nation. There would be absolutely no homeless people. The Catholic Church has more wealth than all your major companies combined. Microsoft, you think those Arab boys over with the trillions of dollars in oil money are rich? Wait till you see what they got at the Vatican. Trumps them. You know, but we allow these institutions to run like it's the Wild West. They do horrific things and we do not punish them. So maybe it's time to start taxing 50% of any church's intake that has settled any kind of child abuse case whatsoever. And then with all that extra money trickling in, you know, eventually those places will go out of business. We could remodel them into rooms for rent. So guys, subscribe and share. Always remember that. And in the next coming days here, like, my phone's off, so it's kind of hard. I got to videotape and then find Wi-Fi, but I am going down to the mayor of Portland, Oregon's castle, like I said before, and wait till you see it, man. This thing is solid brick. I mean, it looks like a fort. And I'm going to challenge him to 30 days on the street, only using resources given to the homeless. He can't bring credit cards, cash, no help from friends or family, nothing. Whatever fits on your back, and come with me. Because my IQ is up there, and I can't figure it out. So possibly maybe old Ted Wheeler can show me what I'm doing wrong. So guys, if you want to show some support, especially the people in the Portland area, subscribe and share. But let's go down to Ted Wheeler's office. Let's protest and say that he has to spend 30 days on the streets so that he can have the product knowledge necessary to fix it. If you're a mechanic, then you can fix an engine. If you've never seen an engine, then you're not going to fix it. You're not going to fix homelessness unless you've had the wonderful experience. And I tell you, oh my God, it's magical. People just throw everything at you and you're just choosing to be here. So guys, come on, subscribe, share, and let's tell Ted Wheeler, 30 days on the streets, buddy. A Jewish calendar day. I want to see if you can do it. Because you seem to make an awful lot of money off of people hurting. It's like, okay, this is the big thing that everybody's got to get through their head with politicians. You are nothing special. You are the general manager of Portland, Oregon, Mr. Mayor. You are basically the general manager of a restaurant called a town. That's all you are. And when you guys donate money to all these nonprofits from the city, but you don't go to check to see what they're doing with it, that's mishap on your hands. Any good manager goes to see what they're paying for, but you don't. Oh, God, no. It's okay to shut down resource centers on the weekends, even though you up their funding. It's okay to not have any clothes for anybody. I had to go buy my own. I sell those stupid little street papers. I barely make enough to eat dinner, and I had to go buy my own clothes because the guys that make $100,000 a year and take in donations had none. Oh my God, what a surprise. Even though every single one of your advertising for funding says that you buy this stuff. It's lies and it's scams. So why don't we expose it? Why don't we shut these places down, turn these old buildings into housing? Let's get rid of this whole entire nonprofit sector to begin with. Because if there were no woes, you wouldn't need them. So instead of wasting money on trying to fix the woes, let's just fix the woes. Homelessness. You see somebody on the street, he doesn't need a program. He needs somebody to pay rent. He needs somebody to give him the keys to a hotel room. Oh my God, the solution. And it's so much cheaper if you do it that way than if you build some $1 million building and pay some jerk $100,000 a year to come and give his 2 cents on what? The trauma somebody experienced in their life that you have no idea. Normal people just don't come out here. Something had to happen. There had to be a catalyst. So guys, let's start pushing through all this nonsense, man. Let's start doing directly. Stop donating to charities. Like this year, try something. If you were going to donate $500 to the rescue mission, go out and hand $500 to somebody sitting in front of the rescue mission. Because the rescue mission's only going to give us food that somebody else gave and then have us fight over the beds they've had for 20, 40 years. I mean, nothing got added. Yeah, where's all that money going? So guys, subscribe and share, because the revolution isn't going to be televised, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be live streamed.